Welcome to the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. We are here at Olathe East High School for Kansas Regional Wrestling, the first round as these wrestlers take their journey to the state championships. I'm Dion Clisso, and we're here with legendary Coach Phil Dorman of the Platte County program for many years. And Coach, this is a different year, of course, with COVID, so a lot of things have changed, and we're kind of back in a situation like we were maybe a little bit more than a decade ago when we used to have like a regional or a district and then a sectional and then a state, and both sides of the state line are doing that, and this year this is a regional tournament before they go to sub-state and then state beyond that.
Yeah, COVID has made it a little tougher to get there, but hey, we're here. And we have an opportunity to have wrestling this year, and we're really excited about it. And this is what coaches and wrestlers work for all year. We need to get to this point in this postseason, and we're here. So, you win and you move on.
When we come back, we're going to jump right into the championships and start with 106. You're watching the High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Hy-Vee. Welcome back to Olathe East High School as we're here at the Kansas 6A Regional number 3. We start off here with 106, the championship match between Kason Lawrence of Olathe North in the black singlet and Javon Whitney from Olathe East in the white singlet. And Coach Dorman, here we are, and as we go into the final round here, this is a match right off the bat in the team standings. You got Olathe East in first with a 166, Olathe North in second with a 165, and Gardner Edgerton in third with 160, and a head-to-head match right here at 106.
Yeah, Olathe North is ranked third in Class 6 here in 6A, and Olathe East is having a great tournament, and Gardner Edgerton's right there too. So yeah, this is a big matchup right here.
Well, when you look at these first rounds, you're into the next round here, but this one of those things, that one seed you want to be able to get to go into that sub-state next week.
Yeah, now that they've added that extra step in, this is big because they're only taking it's Kansas State tournament's only going to be an 8-man bracket.
Both wrestlers kind of staying on their feet here to start. Usually the lower weight classes is a lot on their feet, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, they are, and usually a lot of movement. You don't see in the upper weights as much, but
so we may have a little blood time here.
Looks like we have an unnecessary roughness call, and so Olathe East gets a point, even though we're still going to be neutral. We got a penalty point there.
A little blood time here, and a little headbutt there, it looks like.
Yeah.
Coach.
Yep. Coach Carroll made sure he came out and had a conversation with his wrestler about it, so we'll get started back here and hopefully get some action.
Coach Carroll's been at Olathe North for a while. They won the state championship back in 2018.
Former Olathe North wrestler.
Yes, and football player.
Yep. He was at Pratt Community College, junior college for a while, and recruited some of our kids. Nice single leg shot. Finish here.
I was going to say, yeah, you want to bring that in there on the edge. In a smaller tournament here to start things off, they've only got, some guys only have one match in here in the semifinals if they got a bye, or some have two. So stamina really shouldn't be that much of an issue on a night like this as we kick things off here in the finals at 9:15. A lot of these guys have been sitting around for a while.
Yeah, they have. And that, as a coach, that that's something you don't like. You want your kids to be active and you want them to get the mat time in, but most of these kids have wrestled. I mean, they got several matches under their belt, so good escape there by Olathe East. Back on our feet.
Some of this, Coach, I know the schedules are a little truncated this season as well, too. Not quite as many matches as normal. You'd see guys get 40 and 50 matches by the time they get to state.
Yeah, the whole philosophy, coaching philosophy, is kind of changing in that manner. We'd have tournaments where we're getting anywhere from 5 to 8 matches in a tournament, and coaches have kind of changed their philosophies, and they don't want that many matches anymore. But this is literally what we work for all year long to get to this point.
Lawrence going to take a 4-2 lead here in the second period.
Looks good on his feet.
Whitney's going to defer.
Yeah. Step and hook that stubby.
Lawrence takes down.
Now, elbow, football this head. Fold him. Keep the wrist.
Caution on green here.
Good return.
Lawrence has got some good length on him too in that sprawl. It's tough to take those long guys down.
Yeah,
keep those long guys down. One thing I've noticed over the last few years is that guys are better at riding than they used to be.
Yeah, they are, and that's something that, you know, has developed over the years. You know, especially in Missouri, we had there for a long period of time in the late 90s, especially.
A little high here.
Well, yeah, thought we were going to get a PD call there. Let's get out here.
Whitney doing a good job of getting him back down to the mat there.
Yeah, riding has really become a big thing, and officials are letting wrestlers ride, high school wrestlers ride now, and be able to work things so that they can try to get some pitting combinations going. Not much action going on. Yep.
Is he going to be able to drive through that? A little high there for Whitney. He's got to
he is.
He's got to stay on that head.
He's going to get a stalemate call here if he's.
Gets that second leg in. That's probably where we're going.
Yeah.
He did a good job staying on the head, though, so that kind of kept him from going too high.
Leg's not. Yep. Up.
Now he's got to be careful here.
Yeah.
Short time.
Got the fall.
Oh, got the pin. Pretty strong performance from Casey Lawrence there. Gets the win, and he is a regional champion for Olathe North.
That moves them probably into the lead.
Take a look at this again here, Coach.
Yeah, he just got high and slipped off and put him in a good position to get the cradle hook. You know, he started to get the cradle and he lost the cradle, but ended up still in a half situation.
Well, it's a good finish though. When he got him in there, he finished it quick, and that's a lot of times if you let him if you let him out, especially short time there.
Yeah.
All right, here at 1:13, we got another Olathe North. Casey Latterman, 19-2 on the season, going up against Jack Elston from Lawrence, who's 17-2. Well, Olathe North looking for that regional championship here. These early matches are going to be big for them. They've got, in the first 6 matches, they've got a wrestler in the finals.
Yeah, they've had a good tournament. They got a good squad this year.
Staying on our feet here, staying active.
Oh. And we're going to have an injury timeout. Nope.
A little slow to get up there, but too tall, 13-pounders.
Yeah, they are. Styles look alike.
It's one of the fun things about covering wrestling and is that you can get all kinds of different sizes. Now, it's tougher on a taller, skinnier kid, there's no doubt.
They got the leverage, though. Got the whizzer in. He fought it off. Oh, nice finish. Stayed with it.
It's a 2 there. Get that arm in there.
That was, that's the thing. You want them kept broke down, and so that way you can work on what you need to work on top.
How important to you, when you were coaching your guys around the edge there, to make sure you don't give up anything cheap or, right there around the edge?
Yeah, I mean, you want your kids to be active, but at the same time, if you're down and you're on the edge, that's someplace you don't want to give up a score. You don't want to flee the mat, but at the same time, you want to move enough to where you want that restart. Being broke down on the edge of the mat is not an advantage to you.
Yeah. 10 seconds here. Elston, want to stay active. You want to try and maybe steal the point, but at the same time, don't get caught in anything.
Yep, got to his feet. Time ran out.
This regional this week, we've got the 5 Olathe schools, East, North, Northwest, South, and West. They're joined by Gardner, Edgerton, Harmon, Lawrence, and Shawnee Mission Northwest. A pretty good group here with Olathe South and Olathe North both being ranked in the top 10 in Kansas.
And Elston went down to start the period.
Yep.
Working there, getting his legs in.
Yeah, it seems like the Olathe North kids like to use like to ride legs.
Elston's trying to work. They're trying to sit out.
Get a little scramble going here.
Yeah. It's one of the things it looks like Alderman's losing control there, but he still never did, even though he was confident. Some kids aren't confident enough to go into those type of situations.
You know, most coaches will teach your kids don't panic in those situations because when you start panicking, you end up letting go of something. But, you know, he was still in control. He didn't panic, and he's still on top.
Our winner and third place finisher, 120 pounds.
Well, if you're not afraid to be on your back or be in a situation where you're exposing yourself, it's going to pay off at some point.
It will.
Alderman trying to work that.
He's going to have to get off to the side probably at some point in time here. Otherwise, the official's going to call him for stalling.
Kind of hit a little spot here. 30 seconds left in this second period.
On the restart, you know, here Elston needs to explode off the whistle.
I was gonna say he wasn't doing a ton on the bottom. I know that Alderman was riding him pretty good, but he's got to basically show some more action. We got the half.
Got a pretty tight half end.
Knee and sweep it. Knee and sweep it. Knee in front of his
Got it deep.
Knee in front of him. Sweep it.
Couldn't run it. 10 seconds now.
That's a great period by Alderman.
Never ceded any control there. And Elston really had a hard time just really doing anything on the bottom.
Got blood time. Yeah,
and it's 5 minutes total injury time now, right? Or is it 5 minutes blood time? Is that
5 minutes blood time? Now you've got, you know, if you're Olathe North in this situation, you like the scenario because you're up 2. It's going to be your choice. You're going down, and put yourself in a situation to get an escape or reversal and pad that lead.
Thank our sponsor, Hy-Vee, the proud sponsor of high school athletics. Sponsor the Hy-Vee Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports. Gonna go third period, 2-0 Alderman.
See what kind of explosion he has off the bottom.
Good stand up there.
His feet.
Oh, he got the
nice reversal.
That's you know, it's one thing to get up and try and get that one, but he was looking for that 2 the whole time. He's already proven he can ride him.
Yes, he has. If this was college, he'd have another point.
Oh, yeah. That's, you know, when I first started getting into wrestling in the early 90s, and then you go from high school to college in the riding time. But, man, I tell you, I'm a fan of it. I enjoy that aspect of it. I know it's tough to do in the high school level. There are states that do it, though, right?
I know there are, or there were at one point in time. I don't know if anybody's still doing it or not. We've never had it, but yeah, it's a great aspect of the sport, especially at the collegiate level.
Scoring's tough to come by in a way to be able to get another point at the collegiate level. That's one thing. If you're a fan of wrestling and high school wrestling and you haven't really ever watched a ton of college wrestling, your scoring is definitely a much different way. We got another blood time out here. That's the one thing. I covered a lot of high school wrestling, and then as kids that I'd covered would go on and start getting some pretty big time wrestlers. And I'm a Mizzou guy, and Mizzou's been pretty good the last 15 or so years. And my wife, her father did his residency in Iowa, so she tends to be an Iowa girl. She went to Creighton, but likes her Iowa wrestling. And no, it's we'll watch the college wrestling out there, and it's a different sport really in terms of with the riding and the lack of scoring. It's so close.
It is. It is, because you may have a score that's 3-3, but guy has riding time locked up. And, you know, you think the score's tied if you're just the average watcher, but it's not. All right, we've got a restart.
Minute 8 here. Elson's got to really kind of do something here to get active.
Yeah, he does. He's going to need to, you know, at this point in time, I'm sure his coaches are just thinking, you know, score the next point. You know, that's got to be the goal. You need to get on the board at this point in time and give yourself a chance.
Well, Alderman's really good on top.
Yeah, he is. Trying to get that wrist. He's got a wing and a half here. This is going to be tight. Needs to sag his hips back a little bit. Try to get a little chest to chest, and there it is.
Another pin. All right, that is the champion at 113, Kaysel Alderman. All right, we will take a quick break. When we come back, we will be going to the 120 match. We're watching the Hy-Vee Game of the Week here at Kansas Regional Wrestling at Olathe East High School. Welcome back to the High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Hy-Vee. We are here at Olathe East for Kansas Regional Wrestling. We're going to start the 120 championship. Kevin Honus from Lawrence taking on Jacob Vasquez from Olathe North. Olathe North off to 2 wins here to start, and I tell you, those are big. They got 10 points in those first 2, and they were trailing by 1 point going into the final.
Yeah, in the final round, a fall is going to be worth 6, so they should be up 11 now. So
this is another one here. The freshman Vasquez going up against the junior Honus from Lawrence. He's in the light singlet.
Yeah, he was the 3 seed and beat the 2 seed in the semifinals to get to the final round.
Staying active on the edge. I like to see that. Even on the edge, you can get good points there.
Yeah, he's in on a nice double. Let's step over and finish this. Maybe his leg clear. There, he stepped over. That's 2.
Vasquez trying to build that base and stay up. They go out of bounds there. He did not seem very happy about giving up that 2.
No, he didn't.
The look on his face told a lot.
That was a nice finish, though, by Honus. Got a caution. Incorrect starting position.
Now up on mat 2, 132 pounds. Logan Farrell, Lawrence.
That's one thing too, and it depends on the official. Kids get used to certain things though, and sometimes an official has a quick whistle and they may not be in the correct exact starting position, and some officials, but that's rule book. So.
Well, the one thing when you're in a tournament that's a little longer than this one, because you may not get you may have only wrestled 1 match before this, you may not have gotten that official.
True.
3 officials for 2 mats. Is if you're in a bigger tournament, when you get deeper in this, you may see an official more, or as the season goes on, you may see an official more and have a sense of it.
True. You teach that.
Yeah.
I mean, as a coach, you know how an official calls a match, and you let your kids know that. Good first period by Honus.
Yeah. It's 2-0 here. Let's see. Got a stall warning
You got a stall warning?
on red.
Shoe came in tied. So, rule this year is that one of the rules states that a wrestler has to come to the mat prepared to wrestle, and that includes shoes. If a shoe comes off, it's going to be a technical violation, but in this situation, the shoe came in tied, so it's a stall warning.
I see where they're going with that.
Coach is taping him up so that it doesn't come untied again. And most of the time, you, as a coach, you want your guys to probably do that before the match. I'm going to guess that Coach Carroll probably wasn't really excited about that.
I know that a few years ago I was doing the state tournament down in Missouri, and there was a lot of post-match jumping around, and I think that was kind of is that a point of emphasis now too?
Yeah, I believe so. I know that Missouri kind of did away with some of that, and they've limited. They don't, yeah, exactly. It was getting, some of them were getting a little out of hand.
There was some rehearsed stuff going on down there.
Yes, there was.
Don't get me wrong, some of those guys are 2 or 3 or 4-time state champions, so they probably
Earned it
and had figured they had time to do it. Well, here's the other thing. Vasquez has got to do a little bit better job of moving down there.
Yeah,
He's not real active.
No, he needs to build his base. He needs to get hand control. He needs to get out of there. Seems like we're getting some action, but it's always on the edge of the mat there.
One of these guys needs to kind of get active here. I think that's one of the things that
He got to his feet.
Vasquez-
Up.
it's a quick move there. Nice
Yeah, it was.
explosion.
He turned his stand up into kind of a little bit of a switch. It didn't turn out to be exactly like a switch, but same concept. Tied the match up.
Got a minute to go here. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, we're gonna
One,
get
not
back
two.
up. Nice,
Yeah.
good escape.
Remember that scramble there. Give up the 1, don't give up the 2. No, the trend I've seen is that I remember, 10, 15 years ago, everything was on the feet. Takedown, cut, takedown, cut. But you're seeing more guys work on the mat and more kind of a well-rounded style out there.
Yeah, looks like we got a poke in the eye. Take a little bit of a short break here. If I'm the official, I'm probably bringing them back quick. Otherwise, we're going to have an injury timeout. You don't want that. Yeah, at this point in time, Vasquez, he's down 3-2, but he's already had his choice, so probably needs to get a little bit active here.
Yeah, with 20 seconds left, you'd like to try and get something here, but smartly.
Take one. Right now. Yes, no more. Yes, no more.
Here we go, Phil on this Vasquez reverse. Tell us what you see.
Okay. Came to his feet, kind of went to the switch, but didn't actually hit the switch, but got in a position to where he could finish it almost like a switch, and he ended up getting Honus there kind of laying on the mat.
Almost with a good explosion here off the whistle. Vasquez going to get that point.
Yeah.
You hear one of his teammates telling Vasquez you got to attack.
He'd be on the attack.
That's 140 left here in the match.
Nice slide by. Is he going to finish it? Yes, he did.
Pretty impressed with Honus. He's pretty solid in everything he's doing.
Very solid. Stays active. Even in his ride, he's jumping kind of back and forth a little bit on, getting off to the side, so he's not going to get hit for a stall call there. Trying to roll wrist. Looks like he's trying to get a wing in right now.
Vasquez isn't doing much now. He's down 6-2. You got to do something here. You got to look to turn.
Yep. Checking that switch situation. But
He tries to hit that switch. He does a good job of leaning back into
Yeah,
it.
he does.
Just he couldn't. Honus did a good job of fighting it off.
yeah, he does.
Are you looking to explode here or trying to roll something to turn?
I want my kid to explode. I want him on his feet. Yeah, and obviously it looks like that's kind of one of his things he looks for. He'll get to his feet, and then he's looking for maybe a standing switch off of it.
Honus has done a fantastic job of really keeping his shoulder level great to fight that off.
Yeah.
He gave up the one, but he's done a good job of fighting it off.
Yep.
Get one here.
He can stay active on top here. He's going to easily get this one out.
Now he's got stall warning.
That's all right. You got 18 seconds
yeah,
left. That's not a bad one here.
Yeah. If you're Lawrence, you're probably not too concerned about that call at this point in time. Yeah, good breakdown. That's where you want him. You want him to try to keep him flat.
Good job of that right wrist control.
Yep.
You know that's what he's going to try and do. He's looking to hit that switch.
Vasquez is still he
Still a
continued,
freshman.
Yep, he's freshman, and he continued to move towards the end to try to score. That's what you want to see.
Kevin Honus is your champion at 120 with a 6-2 win over Jacob Vasquez of Olathe North, the first champion for Lawrence tonight. Take a look at
Now on that 126 pounds.
You see it?
Yeah, nice control of the arm, didn't let that out, and kept pressure on, pressure forward.
All right, we got another Olathe North, Olathe East matchup here at 126. Joseph Trisicornia from Olathe North, 21-2, a senior, taking on Jacob Bradley from Olathe East at 19-8, a junior. Looks a little more like an Olathe North duel versus the regional
does.
here to start.
Nice low single, and there's two. Scored quick.
Trisicornia is real, real active to start off with. He's giving up a little height here.
Trisicornia is trying to get the wrist rolled out. He's gonna. He's laying parallel quite a bit here. See what the official calls.
The officials kind of letting him.
She's gonna give him a little bit more time. Bottom man's gonna have to do something though to.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not helping him out here.
No, he's not. I mean, he's not helping himself. Getting to a base, and if you just keep getting broke down, and the guy on top is staying parallel, you're gonna get the call. But Trisicornia's staying active though. He's rolling the wrist, and he's trying to get a half. It's called a stalemate. It's a good call. Talk to him, tell him to get active.
Curious to see how Trisicornia does here on the top last 20 seconds. You know, sometimes it's a spot you can score, and another time that you just want to keep him down. And
yeah, I think at this point in time, something's going to have to open up. I mean, I don't think you're not going to try something that's not there with this much time left and leading 2-0.
Green gets it to first, so Bradley will get it in the third period.
Trisicornia likes to be on his feet. Good defense.
Well, he's quick down there when he counted that shot.
Kind of surprised maybe he's not spending a little bit more time on his feet.
When you get that 4-point lead, at that point, do you feel like you can get a little aggressive and maybe cut and go to your feet and and rack up some takedowns?
Yeah, and again, I think it all depends on the philosophy of the coach. And, you know, I don't know what Coach Carroll's philosophy here is, but, you know, if I felt like, especially in a team race a little bit, that we could put something up. If first period didn't give me anything on top, but it looks like he rolled the wrist and was able to put it on the back, so we'll see what he can do with it here. But yeah, you like to build that lead a little bit up and kind of set the tone a little bit.
Well, in any tournament setting, bonus points are huge.
Exactly.
Bradley's got to get a little active here too, though.
Yeah, he does.
He's been kind of belly to the mat a lot.
Yep, hold on.
He's got a wing in. Corny has stayed active, though.
He's gone back and forth.
He's battled to try to get something to score. He's not just riding.
He's trying to run that.
He's got the wing in. He's got reinforced right now, so.
Here's where Bradley's height helps him.
It does.
Because it's harder for Chris Coney to get him around.
Yep. He's going to tip. He's just a little bit more if he can just get him into criteria. Yep. Stayed in control, though. He's still in control.
Around the edge there. Bradley trying to go 4-0 here into the third.
I have a feeling at this point in time we're going to go neutral. He hadn't gotten out in 2 periods, so.
Yeah, that last shot he took, he didn't really finish it strong, and Scorny countered it easily and got the 2. That one's a little better.
A little better shot. He'll get his head out of the middle. Keeping the head down. Spin behind, get the 2.
He's strong up there on the head.
Yeah.
I think Bradley's length is probably the biggest thing that's keeping him from being able to turn it. Because Bradley can sprawl out there. And he's got a long torso trying to get there. Right.
Yeah, he does. But I'm impressed with Triscorni and how he is, even though he's road tough and he's maybe stayed parallel a little bit at times, but he's worked hard.
Working on this one. Coming up on a minute left. Well, I know they want that head-to-head, but they've got 6-0 here. I'm sure Coach Carroll would love to get 2 more.
I'm sure he would too.
Find a way here in the last 45 seconds.
He's still battling. I mean, he's still trying to get that turn.
Bradley, I mean, he's kind of wanting to put a base in, but he's not.
May get a stalemate here again here pretty soon. Maybe get a restart. See what they call. Yep. I'm surprised he's letting.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless he thought he had something.
Come out in front and try to brand him to his back.
That's what I was thinking. Unless he thought he had something to put him down. Yeah. To get a 3 or 4 or 5 point move there.
Good win.
All right, that's Joseph Trisaconia gets the win at 126. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will jump over to 132. You're watching the Hy-Vee Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports. Welcome back to the Hy-Vee Game of the Week. We're here live at Olathe East High School for the Kansas 6A Regional 3 Wrestling Finals. We start off here with 132. Colin Smith, a freshman from Gardner-Edgerton in the white singlet, going up against Trevor Vasquez from Olathe North, also a freshman in the black singlet here for the 132. 2 freshmen going for the 132 championship.
Yeah, and a lot of times you see freshmen in the little bit lower weights, 132 midweight. But you know, wrestling is becoming, you know, so much better every year, and we're getting good kids like this. You know, this is what we're seeing.
Yeah, you see kids just jump right in the lineup and just about any weight and be successful at the freshman level.
Yep.
And that started about 15 years ago.
Yeah,
you started seeing more guys make that jump.
youth clubs are doing a good job developing kids and getting kids interested in the sport, and then you're seeing it at the high school level.
Smith's 21-3 on the season for Gardner Edgerton. Vasquez 16-5 after the matches tonight.
Vasquez was a 3 seed also, and semis knocked off the 2 seed.
Gardner was kind of in the back of in that 3rd place spot. They really kind of need to pick off these matches right here if they're going to make a move, especially with the way Olathe North opened up.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to take advantage of all the guys you got in.
Those head-to-heads in tournaments are huge.
Yes, they are. Double shot, but kind of got a little extended there and got our head in the middle. Good defense, though, by Smith. Trying to pull the elbow, get that, get a stalemate call. Smith working a little bit of a front headlock here, trying to get around the corner.
This is a big one for Gardner here. Oh.
Coach Carroll's going to question that. I think he may have a point.
See what you got here.
Yep. He did a nice job. He stepped over, but I think if that's me, I'm going to want something a little more secure than just being on top of the foot like that. But he got the call, so he's up 2-0.
Here we go. Standings right now. Olathe North in front by 3. Gardner Edgerton is a big one for them right here, with Olathe East coming in at 3rd at 166 and Olathe South 156.5. So those top 3 are right there together, and Olathe South they've got a lot more people in the upper weights, so that they can make a move late.
Yeah, and we're watching. What you're seeing right now is the championship matches, but on the adjacent mat, you have the 3rd place matches
still
going on.
Points.
So they're still scoring points. So things are still happening over on that other mat that's going to score points for all these teams as well.
Out, I've got red down, green up, muscle back. Let's go.
Right up to his feet. That was a good stand-up. He's doing a good job of staying in control.
Hold that foot there and drive with his head.
Get his hips back down on the mat.
Vasquez has got a good look there, but can't be too high.
Vasquez just scored 2 because he got the funky leg in and a side headlock. So we call it the funky leg because it's not a true leg ride. You're on the side of it, and that became that turned into a rule a few years back, but that became 2. Smith did a good job fighting out of it though. Takes the lead back. You got a scoring situation right here.
He's got a chance. He moves. He let Smith kind of get his.
Locks up that cradle. And he did. And back points. And got the fall.
Wow, that's a huge pin there.
Huge pin. Big for team points.
That right there, if you're Gardner, that's kind of a nail in the coffin. You were hanging close, but that's a head-to-head, and you give up pin points.
And if you're Olathe North, you're ecstatic because you got the big bonus points with it. So
there you go. Take a look at it again. Caught it, but that was tight.
Yeah, he ended up losing the cradle, but still kept the headlock, and that got tight. He started to call it once, and he kind of rolled out of it, but then he got it back.
Another head-to-head match here. Olathe North versus Olathe East. Gabe Barron from Olathe North in the black singlet going up against Jacob Bragg from Olathe East. The senior Barron 10-3 on the season. Bragg is
going up
19-4.
These guys are going upper body. Somebody wants to throw.
Oh, I like the throws.
There we got the 2 out of it. Didn't get back, but he got his takedown.
Keep that leg in too high.
Barron did a good job there. After he gave a takedown, he didn't sit still.
All kinds of action the first 30 seconds then. I thought we were good.
I did too. I was thinking the same thing.
Now we're settling in a little bit. Well, you've seen Olathe North win all these head-to-head matches pretty much. I mean, they lost one to Lawrence, but that's not somebody that's chasing them in the team.
Team races were fun.
Yeah, they're 4-1 in their first 5 finals matches.
You know, it's an individual sport, but I know a lot of coaches, and I did the same thing. You teach your kids that they keep a team point, or they keep team scores for a reason, and it gives the kids an extra, some extra incentives as well.
Well,
you get a stalemate call here, maybe.
See Bragg stand up here.
He can get his hip swept and kind of control that far hip.
Potentially dangerous there, or
we're going to stalemate it. That's the easy thing. Probably as an official, that's the easy thing to do, to stalemate it and get out of it.
You talk about team races, and you go to state tournaments, and sometimes there's just teams that run away with it. Then there's some that come down to the heavyweight, some that come down in years you don't think a team's going to win it, and they happen to go head-to-head with the team and knock them out in matches they probably shouldn't have won. And
then you have those that you may be behind, and all of a sudden your kids in the consolation brackets come back and they win it for you.
There we go.
This is a great little scramble here. If both of them are controlling both legs, if Bragg can get that far hip controlled, he may get 2 out of it, but they weren't going anywhere, so stalemate was the right call.
Yeah, Barron did a good job of keeping that leg. I mean, he had that thing in tight.
Yeah. Came to his feet, so automatically when he doesn't have a foot on the top, then he's gonna get a PD call, potentially dangerous. He's gonna get it again right there. You want to keep that one of those foot down on the mat and keep a kind of what we call a rudder.
This is another spot where Barron is giving up some height there.
Yeah, he is. Bragg's doing a good job getting to his feet.
Take him to his feet again here. Barron trying to get that arm out.
Leg riding will eat up some clock.
Yeah.
It can also put you in some dangerous situations.
A little scramble there.
Yeah, a little scramble. He got out of it. He's back in control. He's not in great position right here. It's kind of one of those things at this point in time, you need to cinch on the best you can. Don't lose your control. Maybe hope for a stalemate.
And here's the other thing, too. You hope to give up. If you're going to give it up.
Bragg gets his butt up in there. He's going to fall off the top, and he can score here. There's 2. Yep. Now it's 2.
Almost to his back here.
Yep. He did get a call. He's got a 2 count.
Well, and if you're Olathe East, this is a match you have to have if you want that team title.
Yep. Yeah, as a coach, you always want to run away with it, but at the same time, these, especially as a spectator, these kind of team races are fun to watch.
Well, I can tell you a story about talking to one Bob Glasgow the night before. He'd won a few easily in a row, and then it was one that was going to come down to the last day, and I was all excited about it as a writer.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't very excited. He said, if I could win it on Thursday, I'd do it.
Oh, absolutely.
He wasn't enjoying me telling him about my future plans for the coverage.
Good return to the mat. This is where he gets his near fall.
And he really almost had him to his back there.
Yeah.
Now here's where Bragg's lengthened.
I'm not sure he's reaching back, but this sometimes can put you in danger. Just like right here, he's giving up near fall. Ooh, only got a one swipe.
Barron with a reach back there.
Yeah, he's trying to find a headlock.
Wants to slide those hips in. There he is.
He's got it. You got to watch where those hands are at. Make sure that hand doesn't slide down. Got to keep that elbow encircled. He's got it tight now.
Long way to go here. Bragg's gonna have to fight off.
This just gets tighter and tighter the more you're moving.
Olathe North with another head-to-head pin.
That's bonus points too.
As Gabe Barron is your champion at 138. And we will take a quick break. When we come back, we will go to 145. It's the Hy-Vee Game of the Week here at Kansas Regional Wrestling at Olathe East High School. Welcome back to Olathe East here. I'm Dion Clisso with Coach Phil Dorman. We're at Kansas Regional Wrestling for our Hy-Vee Game of the Week, and we are at 145 pounds. Trey Medina, a senior from Lawrence, 16-0 against Johnny Thomas, a junior from Olathe South at 23-7.
Yeah, you talk about length. Medina's got some length.
Oh, yeah.
He just snagged that single leg. I mean, kept his feet moving.
Seeing more tall guys. I mean, it didn't used to be that way. I mean, it used to be the 6 foot or 6'1" guy kind of stood out.
Yeah, and those guys, you know, were recruited to play basketball, but you know, these kids start wrestling at a young age, and time they get in high school, that's all they know. You know, that's what they want to do in the winter season, and you got guys like this that are pretty good at it too, and they learn how to use that length to their advantage.
Medina active on top. A little stalemate there, though.
You know, and that's something I've seen over the last few years too. Officials are more likely to, you know, years back that would have been an automatic stall call, and now they're, you know, this evolution into letting high school wrestlers do a little bit better job of riding. It's a good thing to go to a stalemate first. Nothing's happening, call stalemate. And then if it continues to happen, now you can make that stall call, but it's allowing more opportunity for guys to score on top now. He's got a wing in.
Oh, that's solid.
That's tight. Yep.
Thomas did a good job of fighting that off.
Yes, he did. He did a really good job of fighting it off. That length is just hard to deal with, though. Oh, he's got a butcher hook up. This is tight. This just gets tighter and tighter too.
And he's got so much length to put on him. Can't run it back the other way.
Now he's got a leg in. He gets
just before the time there.
That was good work on top, though.
Good work. Really, Thomas to fight it off.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I mean, he gave up points, but he's still in the match at this point.
Yeah, he's got the butcher hooked up tight. If he's, you know, but he fought out of this. It was a good job not quitting, and that's what you want to see. A lot of kids may stop right there. When they stop, that's where they're, you know, both shoulders end up on the mat. So he did a good job.
Well, and he changed directions, rolled the other way, and
yep.
See Medina on the bottom here for the first time.
Thomas with a good leg right here.
Can't get the one thing on that length, though, you get high easily.
Yes, you do.
You got to be careful. But Thomas is working, though.
He is working.
I mean, for a 5-0 match, this has been really one of the better ones on the mat.
Yeah, you want to keep the guy's hands on his, you know, the weight on his hands and get him going forward. And he's done a good job of keeping that pressure on. again, leg riding can eat up some clock, but it can also put you in sometimes a little bit of a disadvantage. Get to scrambling through there.
Blood time out.
Got some blood going somewhere.
Yeah.
Got blood time. Red.
Now, we say 145 in a one-day tournament like this. You weigh in the morning, you're 145. Are we still doing allowances as the season goes on? Is that where we stand with that this year?
Yeah, growth allowance still occurred, so it'd be what, 147. You know, kids don't. You know, the old wrestling really got a bad rap over the years with, you know, back in the day with the weight cutting, and you know, kids still cut weight, but I think they're educated better, and I think that most kids do it right. Plus, with the new the OPC, the optical calculator that's used through track wrestling, it's you know, there's a progression. You test your to see where you're going to certify at to be able what weight you could actually, the lowest weight you could actually wrestle. So a lot of things have been put in place to eliminate some of the bad habits and the bad things with cutting weight. But kids still cut a little bit of weight, and sometimes it's, you know, I always told parents, sometimes a kid losing a little bit of weight is not a bad thing. You know, there's some healthiness to it too.
The one thing that I notice is there's more of these kids who are, even at this time of year, in better shape.
Oh, sure.
And I remember, you know, when I was covering it regularly, you know, 15, 20 years ago, you'd see those kids play football at 210 pounds and wrestling at 152, and probably could have been at, you know, that is a cut, but really they're healthy at that point. They're not carrying that football weight, and a lot of them have slowly progressed down, and you see the kids who are at the weight they should be. Yeah. Really, you can see them really at the end of the year. They're not cutting. They're the healthy weight, and they're carrying their weight.
Yeah.
There we go. Olathe North starting to pull away here. Those head-to-head matches have been huge for them. Gardner Edgerton sitting in at second at 176. Olathe East at 170, and Olathe South. Remember, Olathe North came in ranked third, and Olathe South came in ranked sixth. But in a small tournament like this, sometimes your depth will show up more for if you've got more guys, where Olathe South may go down next weekend and finish higher because maybe they've got 3 or 4 big-time guys who are going to go, and some of these other small, you know, guys who finish third or fourth may get picked off for, say, Olathe North or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's other tournaments. When you get to the state tournament, you got other teams that are going to help you out a little bit too. You know, so that, you know, we got a little bit of a scramble going right here.
And Medina's got those long legs. That's tough to.
PD it.
Yeah, on that knee.
Thought about going on his feet, and I think he's decided not to. He's stay down on the mat.
Now we talk about, you know, being healthy and things like that. I remember a guy who wrestled at Oak Grove and was a back-to-back state champion. His name was Elliot Flumano, and he was a heavyweight wrestler. The first year they got him, you know, off his football weight, which was big, and they got him down to weight, and they worked on technique. And because he was kind of a new wrestler, he was new to the sport, but even as a junior, he goes on to win a state title. His senior year, his technique was pretty good shape, so they just worked on his conditioning, and he actually was probably wrestling at 260, and back when it was 275, where he was right at 275 the year before, and a much more explosive wrestler.
Good reversal there by Thomas. Yeah, you know, you talk about those things. We had it was 215 back then before it went to 220, but we had a 215 pounder that had diabetes, and he was type 1 diabetic. And so he took insulin shots, but, you know, once we got into wrestling season, we got a stall call on the bottom because we're not doing anything down there.
Yeah, Medina's got to be careful.
Yeah, he does.
Because Thomas is more active and he's working, and he's got a shot here. They got one.
If he can tip him into the criteria, pressure forward and get him to break into criteria.
It's close. There's one.
Oh, did he? Yep, he's holding 2.
Got to turn him again here. Got to find a way to get one more point. He's 5'4".
You may get a stall call again here if you don't get. He got up to his base, which is a good thing.
Oh, there it is. Tied it up.
He hit him for stalling. Here we go. We're going to go into overtime. Sudden victory. Overtime works here. You got 1 minute on the clock. First person to score is going to win.
Thomas really just turned it up on Medina here and just earned that all the way in the final 30 seconds.
All right, here we go. They'll put 1 minute on the clock. Sudden victory. Nobody scores here. We go into tiebreakers.
Well, Medina already has
right in that long length, got him to that single leg shot pretty quick. But Thomas has got the leg too, and he's doing a good job. If Medina steps over here and gets his hips up, he's going to score this.
Thomas has got to drive here.
Thomas has got to get his butt up, get that leg up in the air, split those legs. Oh, he called two. I think when he stepped over that leg is when he gave him the two.
Overtime win there.
Coach is gonna contest it. He wants an explanation. I think he had the power half in, is what the official's saying. So right here, he's got. Well, I'm not sure what he saw there. I couldn't see the other side. We didn't have a great camera angle on to see the other side to see what was there, but that was a great match. That was a great match.
Those are two guys I think have wrestled each other before and may see each other again.
Yeah, I think so too. No, but go back to what we were saying earlier. I had the kid that was a diabetic, but once he started wrestling and he was eating healthy and he was exercising the whole time, his doctor said, you don't even need to take your insulin anymore. So during that time, he was able to get off his insulin, which was great for him and great for his family.
All right, here we have the 152, Lucas Hageman from Olathe West, taking on Thomas Knudsen from Olathe South.
Olathe South, this is an opportunity for them to kind of maybe sneak back in there into the top three. You got two takedown.
Hageman from Olathe West, 28-2, my bad, sophomore. Knudsen is 21-9, a senior. Olathe South.
I've seen a lot of long wrestlers here.
I was going to say, there's some tall guys.
Yeah, there are. Knudsen's got some length to him, too.
Well, my son's going to be like 6'2" or 6'3", and I thought he'd be long and skinny and too much for this. I'm starting to rethink maybe.
Oh, he's got a double chicken wing hooked up, looks like.
He watches the wrestling and he wants to do it, but I keep telling him, you're probably destined for the pool. Oh, that's tight. That's tight.
Hageman's got the. Can't get him quite into criteria though. He's still got one of the wings. I can't tell. He's got both of them.
Yeah.
This is going to get tighter. You start taking that post away on the other side, then it's going to be hard to fight.
First here.
There's a start. Got a count there. Started. We're in near fall criteria.
Head up.
You can
lean into him there.
You can't do anything with it except pinch it like he did, but he's got that pretty tight. There it is.
First period pin. Lucas Hageman from Olathe West. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll jump to 160, the Hy-Vee Game of the Week here at Olathe East. Welcome back to Olathe East High School, Kansas 6A Regional Wrestling here on the Hy-Vee Game of the Week. I'm Dion Closo, joined by Platte County coach Phil Dorman, and we have a
injury default
here in the 160. Landon Wilkes will default to Bobby Thomas from Olathe South. He is your champion. And we were just saying we had all these long and lean guys, and now we've hit 160 and 170, and we've got some guys who look like 160, 170 pounders now. This is the linebacker class. We have Jackson Ervin from Olathe East and Blake Jovett from Olathe South.
I think this is a match of two ranked wrestlers, I believe.
Yep, number 1 versus number 3. Jared is number 1 and Avina is number 3 in the state, according to Kansas Wrestling.
This is 182. So the forfeit was or the injury default was at 170. I believe.
Yeah. It was at 160.
Was it?
We're at 170.
This is 182. I guess we had two.
Sorry about that. We had 2 defaults. We're at 182. Malik Washington from Olathe East against Zach Leskovic from Olathe South. They confused us because we were Olathe East versus Olathe South back to back.
Yep.
And this is big boy wrestling here.
This
you get to 170, 182.
Yeah, they get a little thicker.
So when they went to the 14 and they redid them again, and they went from 215, 189 to 215. Did you like it? Because they used to go 171, 189, and then 215. Do you like the 170, the 182, the 195, and the
You know what?
220?
You know what? I was pretty used to what we were doing at the time. So at the time I didn't, but as we went on, yeah, I did like it. I think the weights the way they are right now work, and I hope they don't change them again.
Well, I know when they added the 215, which is now the 220, it brought in that athlete.
It did.
And having a 195, 182, 195, and I mean, I think that's a good run there.
When we had we went from 189 to heavyweight.
Yeah.
Back then, when there wasn't really sometimes a limit there for a long period of time, there wasn't a limit on it. But a lot of those football players that 205 kid, they didn't want to go down to 189.
Leskovic is.
Yeah,
he's been tough here the entire time. Malik Washington have to fight off here, and he's got a long time to do it. 1:30 left here.
Yeah, if he gets this half sunk in.
Lifting that head up.
That tightened everything up right there. Yep.
Another pin there. Zach Leskovic from Olathe South is your champion at 182, and really just strong work here.
Yeah. Right here, once he got that arm through, that just kind of tightened everything up, and he wasn't able to go anywhere.
Next match here at 195.
Now up on mat 1, 195 pounds.
Gus Davis from Gardner Edgerton, 24-0. Number 1 ranked wrestler in the state. Taking on Ty Knudsen, ranked number 5 at 23-7 from Olathe South. 2 seniors
nice
going here.
Leg. Nice finish.
This is the men division. 2 seniors at 195.
Yeah, what we were saying earlier, though, that, back in the day, that 205 kid, 210 kid didn't want to cut down to 189, and they didn't want to go heavyweight because it was giving up too much weight. So that adding 215 and now 220 has been a big help to the sport.
Yeah.
Davis scored pretty quick here.
He's working now.
Yeah, trying to get a wing in.
Knudsen hasn't been real active on the bottom.
Davis doing a good job of keeping his hips down on the mat, breaking him down.
Davis working.
He's got the wing.
But
He's fighting it off. Wing wasn't very deep. He's done a good job controlling him.
question is, your Knudsen here, he rode you pretty good. I mean, if you get that option,
he's going to go down.
he's going to go down.
I would probably done the same.
Yeah,
I'd probably put him down. I mean, at this, especially second period. If it was third period, you got rode for 2, that'd be probably different. And it may get to the point to where if Davis can't score, he may cut him loose anyway. Davis is pretty physical.
Yeah.
This is actually Davis's first match of the tournament.
He had an injury default the last one.
I don't even think they started the match. They may have started and stopped it real quick because it says that injury default at 0-2. And he had a bye first round. So
there we go.
Good power half.
This isn't necessarily a pinning move, but it's a score.
The PD arm came off the back. He had the hammer lock in, but if that arm comes up off the back, it's going to be a potentially dangerous situation. Yep, he's got the arm behind the back. Got the half in. See how that arm came off the back there?
Yeah.
That's going to be an immediate stop. Oh, this is tight. There's a fall.
That's it right there. Another pin. Gus Davis moves to 25-0. The number one ranked wrestler at 195 is the regional champion from Gardner Edgerton with a pin over Ty Knudsen. When we come back, we will have the 220 match. Welcome back to Olathe East for the Kansas 6A Regional and the Hy-Vee Game of the Week. I'm Dion Closo with Coach Phil Dorman. As we finish up with our last two matches tonight, we have the 220 here. Alvin Horner, a senior from Shawnee Mission Northwest, 25-3, against Turner Leonard from Olathe East at 22-4.
Yeah, Leonard was a 3 seed also, knocked off the 2 seed in the semis.
It's our first Shawnee Mission Northwest wrestler in the finals tonight. Shawnee Mission Northwest going off one of their best football seasons in a decade. Albert played football, but I'd hope that somebody talked to him about it.
I'm sure if he didn't, they still tried to talk him into working that 2-on-1. A lot of times when you get up to 220 and 285, pace slows down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Battling for position. Teach big kids to stay in good position.
And stay active on the edge, too. There's so many things on the edge of that. See, he gives up the...
Yeah, he did. Nice little snag single by Leonard. He's got to finish this. Good job defending that.
Horner did a nice job countering that. Kind of came down hard here.
We have injury time.
Was that a shoulder or was that a head here?
See it again. Here we go. He did a good job battling this and fighting this off. Pulled the elbow, but when he came down, looks like
he kind of bangs.
Kind of fell on his hip. Kind of working out that hip, aren't they? Boom, right there. He reacted. I mean, he kind of
Did it kind of pop or something
I
there?
don't know.
He's-
As soon as he hit, he did a nice job reacting. Kind of came over on top. If he had still been in bounds, he may have scored there. Get it stretched out a little bit. Use a little bit of this injury time. Looks like he's ready to go.
It's good to see Horner back up here. They're still pretty active with their hands. I mean, they're
Yeah.
moving.
Good hand fighting. Just need to stay. You know, that's part of staying in position. When you're hand fighting, get control. Keep your head in good position. Keep your hips in good position. Keep your feet in good position. Don't force anything to happen.
Take down.
A lot of coaches have different philosophies. Some will defer, and others want to score. And especially in that situation, he nice switch it right into kind of a good situation. We put him into a double leg, and he scores. But you know, when you're in a 0-0 match, there, you might as well go ahead and take down and try to score first. Good job moving his feet.
Off the mat there, but
Needs to get back to the center. Official telling him to get back, and he's continues to do that. That'll get in their head a little bit.
Horner to tell here.
Letting him come up, and then he's sliding to the single leg. He continues to do that. Official may end up hitting him for stalling. Unless there's something he's going to do off of it. So far, I'm not seeing what it is.
Gotta kind of let it go here.
You're gonna have to let him go.
There's a stall.
There it is. You got about 5 seconds by rule book to return, or at least make an attempt to return the wrestler to the mat. And he didn't make a very good attempt there, so. Catch him on his back. Yep. He's done a good job of battling here. He's back in that. He's back in his single situation. Right now, he's going to score one, no matter what.
Yeah.
But
He's
he wants
on the
two.
flea here too.
Yeah. She's going to hit it. She's going to give one for neutral. Okay.
That's the other thing you worry about. Is that
Oh,
flea.
she got the flea as well. So we had a 1 point escape and then a 1 point penalty point for fleeing the mat. Now, had he scored the reversal, he could not have gotten that's the new
flea.
rule this year. He could not have gotten the flea.
Tied up 2-2 here. 35 seconds left in the second period.
Step on that, get to that lead leg.
Drive here.
Leonard's going to have to get his head up. He's blocking. Nice single.
He's got to be careful again on the edge.
He's going to finish this.
Horner tells got to be careful.
And got the two.
Those are late points. It looks like in terms of conditioning here,
Leonard's ready to go.
Leonard's ready to go.
He's
Horner
sitting ready.
Littell's taking his time each time.
Yep. Good stand up. Stand. Nope, he went out. Leonard's getting back to his feet again. He's in a position to score here. If he can get that ankle free, he did.
Yeah, number 2 there.
Reversal. He's got him a nice little lead right here. Got the arm on the back, got a hammer lock. Press that, try to get that hand on the, actually all the way over on the mat. It brings that side up so you can kind of create some things to happen.
Trying to work here. He's done a good job on top.
Yeah,
He's been the most active wrestler in this match.
This is going to get tight.
This is tight. This is going to be. Oh! Scramble here.
Very good by Luttrell.
Oh man.
He got out of the pinning situation though. That was going to be tight though. Good job fighting out of it.
Well, and it looked like an escape, but he still was able. Leonard was able to in that scramble maintain. Right?
Yep. And he's back to the hammer lock again.
Right arm underneath his arm.
Just drives him to his back. That's all you got to do there.
Got him tight, just trying to get those extra points here. I think the team got it. Leonard takes us to break here with a big pin for Olathe East. We've got one more break, and we will come back and do the 285. We are back at Olathe East High School for our final match of the night, the 285-pound championship. I'm Dion Clisso, along with Phil Dorman here on the High B Game of the Week, Kansas Regional Wrestling. Brett Carroll from Olathe East in the white with the dark blue, going up against Jay Jensen from Gardner Edgerton in the white with the royal blue stripes down the side.
Yeah, Carroll had a big win in the semis. He was the number 4 seed, and he knocked off the 1 seed. Gallegos from Olathe North to get here.
Jensen loading up here.
Yeah, body lock.
Gets
Brings
his
him
2.
back down to the mat. Right to a wing.
Carroll's giving him some weight in this, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
We talk about athletes at that 220 and then the 285. I'm sure you remember the Trent Hosick.
Oh yeah.
Evan Bain match.
Absolutely.
Trent, who won it at 220 and then went up to 285 and won it and beat it. Evan Bain, the NFL player.
Those are some great matches.
Those two did it on the football field and on the wrestling match.
Yes. Earl's doing a good job staying up on his base. He's getting to his feet.
He's giving up weight. He's probably got a little bit of athleticism here.
Yeah, can't tell if he got his hands unlocked in there. I guess he did.
Hey, get your weight on it. Drive, toes, on your toes.
It's not really moving too much. He's working the hands.
Got a wing in. Very deep, but it's in. Earl's doing a good job fighting it off, though. Good job getting to his feet.
So he can get his 1, maybe. That should be.
It should be right there.
Short time.
Decently active first period for 285 match.
Yeah, both guys moved well.
Yeah, Jansen rode a little bit, but then Carroll was able to get that escape out of it.
rings there, put the elbow on your chest and go.
Spot for Carroll here to try and explode and get something. Yep.
Oh, we got his shoe came untied, so there's the stall call. Came unsecured in some way, whether it was untied or the laces came out.
Shoe's got the strap on it, which I'm assuming helps.
It does help, but those things don't always work 100% the way you want them to. I think sometimes the old tape method is maybe the best way to go. That stall call, that's something.
Yeah, you don't want to give away that first one because the next one you're scoring on.
Yeah, and in a match like this, and later on in the match, you don't know what's going to happen.
Carroll got another one.
Tied the match, but that's where, later on down the road, that stall call comes into play.
His shoes again. Now that's it.
No, that shoe looks like it's.
Look it down. Legs back.
You hit him again. Yep, there it is. That's where you pull out that roll of tape and tape that thing.
I taped it the first time.
Because obviously that's not working. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah,
got to roll athletic tape.
The one thing that's been good for Carroll is he's been the more active wrestler, but now he's given up a point on that stall call.
Yep, and you're on injury time right now too.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to give away either.
I don't know why we're not just
rolling it,
taping around it, but it's okay. That's what they want to do.
Obviously, you would have run around a shoe.
I would have
several times right now.
Just get it done.
A minute left in injury time. He's not very happy about it, that's for sure.
No, he doesn't look like it. And that's one thing. I mean, if you got a shoe with a lace cover on it, you think it's probably going to, keep everything secure, but obviously it didn't. So. Got double underhooks, gonna jack him up and to his back. No, he did give him two near fall out of it. Official did a good job going ahead and getting that count started when he saw it rather than wait until he got down on the mat.
I got to give Carroll a lot of credit there because that's a spot where it's easy to go down and get stuck. And he scrambled out of that. Now he's trying to build up here.
Yep. He's done a good job on bottom. Getting back to his feet again. Little hands, he got his one.
Now he's got to find some sort of scoring move here. That's his. Jansen's just been able to get those two takedowns, and that's been the difference along with that stall call.
Yeah.
Hey, go back to your underhooks.
That's the frustrating thing because that stall call comes into play, not necessarily. He's not stalling.
No.
He's wrestling a good match. I mean, he's staying active. But stall call comes on in equipment because you've delayed the match. Jensen scored 2 takedowns, so he's going to go neutral.
Down 4 here for Carroll. Do you have? I mean, you still have 2 minutes left.
You got 2 minutes left. You can score. I mean, you're going to have to score 3, or you're going to have to score a couple takedowns and maybe back points. Or I guess you could score 1 takedown and back points. But I don't think you get into loading up, and you got to do it right now. But
work your stuff. But as the clock gets closer,
but now now you got a minute and a half. It's time to start looking to score.
Jansen hasn't been real active here either.
He hasn't.
But he's backing up a little bit.
He's got a 7-3 lead.
Yeah.
And stay in position and fight it off. And at this point in time, he could probably give up the stall call on his.
Minute left. He's probably pretty easy. He's got to get 2 to give up any points. He circles here.
Be a good opportunity to score and kind of put this away.
Yeah, I think he circled. Well, at this point now, he's got to start to look to load.
Yeah, he does.
Active, get underhook, something to. Jansen can put it away right here if he can get around, get his hips around.
Yeah, he just needs to get his head down, spin, get his head down, break that. Coney, though, Carroll's not giving up.
No, he's.
Good job of catching the leg and keeping him out front. Yeah, that's what he's gonna have to do now. He's gonna have to dig in there and try to come up with some throw, something feet to back.
And that's our cheat.
That's gonna.
1 second left.
1 second left.
There it is. Jay Jansen from Gardner Edgerton is your champion at 285. Well, Coach, better late than never. A little later start than we had planned, but really some good wrestling in here, some pins, good activity. We had an overtime match. We had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we did. And, yeah, now these guys get to move on to next week, and they got to do it again to get to the state tournament. But, again, that's what I said. Coaches and wrestlers, this is what we work for all year long, to get to the postseason and try to get to that state tournament.
Well, I saw some good stuff. I mean, Olathe North has got a pretty good team that's got a chance to score points in almost every weight class. And Gardner Edgerton's got some horses. Olathe South's got some good wrestlers too. And it's going to be interesting as these teams go on into the sub-state next week, how many they can pull through to get to that 8-man bracket down at state.
Yeah, it is. And that's a difference that they're not used to. You know, Coach Carroll told us he really liked the idea of an 8-man bracket, but be something as a coach, be, you know, and hopefully it's only for a year and we can get people back in there and get people in stands, but we're wrestling, and that's the important part.
Well, I tell you, because he's standing right in front of us, I don't know, maybe the most impressive guy of the night to me was Gus Davis from Gardner Edgerton at 195, and number 1 ranked wrestler. He did not disappoint, did he?
No, he did not. Very impressive. Very impressive. It's gonna be something that's gonna make me pay attention in the next couple of weeks to see how these guys do.
Well, and you know, we're a month away, more than a month away from the All-Star match too. There could be some of those guys in that match, and if Bob Glasgow ducks out on us again, you are more than welcome to be my co-pilot on that when we do that All-Star match. And you know, it's fun. It's kind of like when we started Preps KC 11 years ago. It's fun to get to know the teams on the other side of the state line. Here are these are tentative team standings right now. Olathe North looks like they've got it wrapped up with 205, followed by Gardner Edgerton, Olathe East with a nice match, and Olathe South. And really, those 2nd, 3rd, and 4th teams are really close together, Coach, and says a lot about these teams and how they're going to go forward next week.
It does, and again, as I said earlier, team races are fun. You know, it brings more excitement, not just that individual kid out on the mat. Kids get into it too, and they want to score those bonus points to win those championships.
Well, Coach, it was fun. Hadn't seen you in a long time. It was good to get out here. Olathe East, a fantastic venue, and they did a great job. We appreciate you staying up late with us out there tonight on a live edition of Hy-Vee Game of the Week as we covered Kansas Regional Wrestling here at Olathe East. I'm Dion Closo for Phil Dorman. Have a good one.